final day of the regular season. Game of the night. Lakers, Pelicans, LeBron, Anthony Davis, both on the floor, playing defense. Second quarter up by 4. Turning the D into offense. That's LeBron. That's the steal. That's up and good. He would score 25. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half. More defense from the King. He goes up and makes the steal off the lob, then throws one of his own. Anthony Davis. That's up and good. Lakers, a 4-point halftime lead. Third quarter, Laker lead is 5. Davis takes it himself. He would score 14. Fourth quarter, the Lakers up 11. They were cruising to a win, but take a close look at the feet as LeBron James will come down on the foot of Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the end of this play. I'll show it to you a little bit more up close. He goes up, he comes down. It turns a little. Bear in mind, he's been tweaking with that ankle. He would limp off to the side. The Lakers are going to win it 110-98, but all eyes and ears on that ankle going forward. LeBron?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. It was a tweak. I stepped on Alexander's foot on the way down after that last layup, but I'll be fine.
Well, he'd better be, because he's going up against Steph Curry in the play-in game, and Steph was just spectacular, putting the final exclamation point on an MVP caliber season, taking on the Grizzlies yesterday. That's one of his 9 threes on the night. Here's more from Steph. He's the only person in the league from whom that's a good shot. He had 17 points in the third quarter alone. Fourth quarter, Steph just flat takes over. In a 2-minute sequence, he knocks down 3 threes. We'll show them all to you here. Look, working around the screens. He would outscore the rest of his own starting lineup by 3 points last night. That gave them a 6-point lead now with the same score again at Steph. They're trying to take the ball out of his hands, but he just never stops working. Getting the crowd fired up. He loves it. One more time. Third verse, same as the first and the second. Steph, 46 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. You can't spell MVP without Steph Curry. Warriors clinching the 8 seed with a 12-point win, and so here is where it stands. The play-in tournament, Western Conference style. Wednesday night we'll have the games. Grizzlies Spurs start at 7:30 Eastern, and then it's capped off by maybe the best matchup of the entire postseason. LeBron and the Lakers, Steph Curry and the Warriors. Both games will be on ESPN, and here is Tim Legler ready for this run, and it's great to see you, Timmy. Thanks for getting up here. So let's start with the ankle. Just how would you assess the level of concern for LeBron's health going into what he is hoping is going to be a heck of a couple of months?
Well, I'll tell you, Greeny, I was very concerned when it first happened, because when you're dealing with something like this and you continue to tweak it, it just never gives it a full chance to recover and get all of your strength back. So I was concerned in the moment, but then when I saw LeBron on the sideline sort of laughing with his teammates, laughing with the coaching staff, I heard the comments after, I think you can put this thing to bed. I think for the Lakers, the big concern is going to be, can you avoid the early knockout punch? This is one of those teams, it's almost like a prize fighter that says, look, I'm going to get stronger every round of this fight, and I think that's what the Lakers are going to be. They've obviously missed a lot of time with LeBron and AD, so you now go into this situation in a play-in game with the Warriors, and look, win or lose, and I won't be shocked if the Warriors win that game. Bottom line is Lakers only need to win 1 out of 2 to get into the postseason, and they're going to win 1 out of 2. And now, once that happens, you take a sigh of relief. You say, okay, we survived the early knockout punch. We are now in a best-of-7 series with either Phoenix or Utah, and the Lakers are very confident they're not only going to win that series, they're confident that each round they're going to get better, they're going to run the table, and they're going to be NBA champions again. I think that's where their mindset is, as long as they don't have a situation where they have a really bad shooting night early or a couple of those, and they get knocked out early. It's almost unthinkable to think it could happen, but look, they've put themselves in this position. But Greeny, I think once they survive this play-in situation, you get into a best-of-7. Ultimately, talent wins out, and the Lakers have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's what matters most.
I'm with that. So they're, to use a boxing analogy, they're the best fighter in all of this, but you give people a puncher's chance, and no one is throwing haymakers right now like Steph Curry. Let's talk about that game, and in particular, that player, Steph Curry, and what he can do to put a real fear into Laker Nation if he should knock them off on Wednesday.
Really incredible to think that we all thought we had seen the best of Steph Curry. That's apparently not true, because this is the best offensive stretch of his career. He's a two-time MVP, a unanimous MVP, and yet he's never done anything like he's doing this season. And as a result, this is a player coming in red hot. This is a team coming in red hot. This is a player that completely has revolutionized the way you have to think about playing half-court defense. So when a guy is this good and this hot coming in, anything can happen, and the Lakers are aware of it. He's going to do things to them and test them defensively, really in a way that no other player in the league can do. So I think Golden State has a great chance to win this game against LA, and I think either way it goes, Greeny, either of these teams is then going to win that game against either Memphis or San Antonio. So whoever loses, they get another shot. They're going to win that game and get in. I think you're going to see both the Lakers and the Warriors in best-of-7 series against Phoenix and Utah, respectively. How it plays out, we're not really sure, because I think this game is going to be tight. It's going to go down to the wire. And if you got Steph Curry playing this well, I think Golden State has a great chance to win it, as long as they can defend LeBron and AD with Draymond Green, Wiggins, Kevon Looney. If those guys can play them straight up as much as possible and at least not let them gut you in the paint, I think Golden State has a great chance to win this game.
It's such a fascinating scenario. Legs, come back a little bit later in this hour. We need to dive into this, because these one-game play-in, the NBA's never had this. I'm fascinated to see how they approach it. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.